Now for the main event, Brendan Allen versus Paul Craig. And we talked about these two earlier in the show. You know, Brendan Allen putting Hamza on blast. Paul Craig saying he's one of the better middleweights we've seen. You know, alluding to like in a while, one of the better middleweights we've seen in a while. So you have all that at play, but none of that matters. It's fight time. And the bottom line is we got to make a pick here. And we can't let, you know, who likes Hamza and who doesn't affect our prediction. So let's get into it. In the middleweight division at UFC Vegas 82, you got Brendan Allen taking on Paul Craig in the main event. Now, Allen 22-5, Paul Craig 17-6. Paul Craig is actually 1 inch taller at 6'3", 1 inch taller than Allen. He's 35 though, so he's kind of leaving his prime. Brendan Allen's just 27. He's like entering his prime. So interesting combination there. Paul Craig, 1 inch reach advantage. Both guys stand right-handed. In terms of activity, that goes to Brendan Allen. Nearly 4 significant strikes per minute, just 2.6 for Paul Craig. Takedown game, slightly toward Paul Craig, right? He lands nearly 2 takedowns over the course of 3 rounds. Brendan Allen gets like 1 every other round. So it's kind of close, but it favors Paul Craig in terms of the takedowns. Now, Brendan Allen, 55% takedown defense, where Paul Craig has a 42% takedown defense. And the other thing you notice here is Brendan Allen is on a nice winning streak, 5 straight fights, including his last win over Bruno Silva, who's really tough in this division. He ended up submitting him by rear in the first round. Now, Paul Craig is coming off a win against Andre Muniz. That's a big win. Second round KO. And he likely got it because he fought Johnny Walker before that. He got KO'd though. Lost to Volkan Oezdemir by decision, right? And it wasn't even close. So he gets those 2 opponents with a lot of experience. Then he comes in and beats Andre Muniz, a guy with a lot of experience. So this is going to be an interesting fight, really from the angle of Paul Craig. But in terms of making a prediction, I got to believe Brendan Allen, a.k.a. All In, is going to get the win. He's just better on the feet. He's not going to defend every takedown, but he can defend the takedowns, which would, you know, probably be an advantage for Paul Craig if he can get it to the ground. But I think Allen will defend the takedowns well enough. He's very active as well, and he's beating good fighters like Bruno Silva. So I like Brendan Allen to get the win here by decision. Well, he might get a finish, but likely by decision because it is 5 rounds. He'll move to 23-5, middleweight division, UFC Vegas 82. Yeah, so despite the fact that he doesn't agree with Hamza's number 9 ranking in the middleweight division, I still believe this guy is going to win. And I'm a pretty big Paul Craig fan. It's as far as just being a UFC and a fight fan, I like Paul Craig. And he's constantly climbing up the mountain a little bit, getting knocked down. Getting on a several fight win streak, getting knocked down. And this is a fight where he usually gets knocked down. It would be nice to see him win. But, you know, I got to pull for Brendan Allen because that's who I said is going to win. That's what I think when I step outside the box, is that Brendan Allen's just a better fighter. But Paul Craig is very capable. Both guys kind of alluding to this fight is going to start on the feet and end on the ground. And that's probably a true statement by both fighters. That's likely to happen. I mean, it's very likely to happen that this fight goes to the ground to end it at some point.
He's gonna fight, wait, he's gonna fight, wait, hold your breath till the end of the night. Last fighter call, UFC at its height, yeah. Bringing that thunder with all his might, saying step up, wanna fight, hold up, think twice, gladiator, assassin, reckless, no abandon, walk through that cage, he'll leave your ass stranded, wake up, hey, where you at, hey, got hit in the head with a baseball bat.